Hi. My therapist hasn't texted me back for days, which sent me in a spiral, so I decided to watch the classic Disney movie Tarzan to calm me down, and oh my god, it was traumatizing! I have not been able to sleep since. I was not ready for all those dead people. No, not Clayton. Though between that scene and the Haunted Mansion, someone at Disney really wants children to know about hanging. No, I'm talking about Jane and her father and all those nice men on the ship and the gorillas. Everyone dies, all of them! The ending of Tarzan is tragic, and I should know I watched it 4 times this weekend, which I don't recommend, but sometimes I get stuck in a loop in my head and I don't know how to move forward unless I repeat the last thing I did over and over again. And I don't recommend that because sometimes I get stuck in this loop in my head when I don't. On the surface, Tarzan might seem like a fun lark in the jungle about accepting others that are different, but it's truly terrifying just how irresponsible everyone is in that movie. First of all, Jane's father is an irresponsible father. At the end of the movie, when everyone's headed back to the ship, he tells Jane to stay behind.
Jane, dear, I can't help feeling that you should stay.
Even Jane knows it's a bad idea.
I couldn't possibly I belong in England.
Because it is. It's a terrible idea. Did they forget that just a few days ago, the idea of even waiting a few months for the next ship was out of the question? And now he wants her to stay there forever?
Well, you see, it would be very difficult to come back. Ever.
But her father tells her she should stay because he can see that she's in love. Excuse me? Love is the worst reason to do anything. Just ask Maria, Tony, Romeo, Eponine, Crispine, whatever. If you cite love as your reason for doing something, you're most certainly going to die.
But you love him.
You know when children think they can live in a treehouse and parents have to tell them no because they underestimate the dangers of the world and also the benefits of indoor plumbing? The jungle is like a really big treehouse. Okay, her father encourages her to do something dangerous, and before you tell me Jane's a grown adult woman who knows her father's crazy, I posture this. Jane listens to her father. Or Daddy, as she calls him.
Daddy, stop it.
We know he has a strong influence on her because she's chosen to follow his career path in exploring gorillas and knows just as much about them, if not more. So his encouraging her to stay is enough to make her think this is a safe and good idea. Then what does he do? He runs after her like a lunatic. He's gonna doom her to die forever and third wheel their monkey romance? Yikes, Daddy. No tact at all. Awkward, am I right? And yes, they are all going to die. They have no supplies left with them because the entire ship has been loaded. We know this because Jane has been taking her sweet time saying goodbye.
Miss Porter!
I know, I'm coming.
Which means she would have waited until the final moment to get on that boat. There's nothing left at camp to load, and therefore there are no more supplies left for them. Maybe Tarzan can just provide for her, right? Wrong. Tarzan thinks he is a gorilla. He does not understand what humans need. He probably has never cooked meat before. He definitely eats bugs. Either he doesn't provide for her and she dies from malnutrition, exposure to extreme heat or cold, or getting attacked by wild animals, or he turns on his gorilla buddies and starts living human instead. Either way, someone's dying. Consider this. In the last shot of the movie, Tarzan, Jane, and her father are wearing animal pelts and sliding their way through the forest. So where did those pelts come from? He obviously slaughtered some friends in the forest to get those pelts. Maybe Tarzan's not as loyal to the monkeys as he's led everyone to believe. He's betrayed them once before and he would probably do it again. If that's true, then it's just a matter of time before the gorillas die out without his protection. Because Tarzan has a very important role as the new leader of the pack here. His role is to protect them, but also satisfy them, keep them wet, make some babies. That was Kerchak's job before him, and he's the new Kerchak. All those gorillas are now his wives. Yeah, even his mother. Tarzan's definitely f***ing Rosie O'Donnell's character Turk. So even if Tarzan does find a way to kill meat for Jane and cook it, I'm not sure a sister-wife situation was what she signed up for. Obviously, Tarzan physically can't make gorilla babies, but I'm not sure all the gorillas in the pack really know this. Jane certainly does, though, and her father definitely does. So that gorilla pack is going to die out. Unless a new male gorilla can step in and kill Tarzan in order to assert his dominance as the new leader, because gorilla packs can only have one full-grown male. That's why it was such a big deal when Tarzan fought Kerchak. Everyone thought he was challenging him to the throne. And now that he has the throne, they're in for a big surprise when he can't give them what they want. Itty-bitty gorilla babies and huge gorilla orgasms. Or more than likely he's gonna try, and then best case scenario, he embarrasses himself. Worst case scenario, he gets crushed when they try reverse cowgirl. That's definitely not a happy ending in every sense of the phrase. So let's recap. Jane and Daddy will probably die from living in the jungle. The gorillas will probably die out because they can't reproduce. Tarzan will probably die when he tries to reproduce with them. Oh, and also, even though Clayton was evil, all the hunters who worked for him also died. Some of them were just doing their job. They probably thought they were just going on a regular hunting expedition, and honestly, even if they were evil, they're still human. Do they need to die? They have families. There's so many dead people in this movie. Did I miss anything? Oh, yes, all the people on that ship will die. They're all getting on a broken ship. Tantor put his foot through the ship, and he's strong enough to tip the entire boat sideways. So he's strong enough to put a hole that would cause some considerable damage, like Titanic-sized damage. Too soon? So, those people aren't going to make it back to England on that ship. Hey, maybe they'll get in a shipwreck and only 2 people will survive, and they'll swim ashore to a new island where they'll start a new life for themselves in a treehouse. And wait, I feel like I've been here before. Has this happened before? What if the ending of the movie is actually just the beginning of the movie and we're all just in one big infinite loop? Why hasn't my therapist texted me back yet? Put your faith in what you most believe in. 2 homes, 1 family. Phil Collins is my emotional support animal. Hi guys, thanks for watching that video. Click the C to subscribe to Cracked and also the bell if you want to be notified when we have a new video. And click one of the other videos here if you want to watch another video. And also if you have Phil Collins' number, can you just let me know because I'm trying to get in touch. So.